Hey y'all, welcome back to Purpose Through Pain. I'm T, and I'm so grateful you are here. Today's conversation, we'll be talking about the power of letting go. The power of letting go. And listen, sometimes we think letting go means forgetting, but I've learned letting go doesn't mean the pain never happened. It means the pain no longer controls where I'm going. Now, before you hear those words and think I'm about to tell you to simply move on or forget what happened, that's not where we're going today. Because I know life isn't that, it's just not that simple. So, if you ever experience disappointment, heartbreak, betrayal, fear, guilt, or loss, then you know letting go isn't something that happens overnight. Sometimes we hold on because what happened mattered. And sometimes we don't even realize that the very thing we are holding on to is the same thing that's holding us back. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation with you guys today. Because for a long time, I believed that being strong meant carrying everything by myself, literally by myself. I become the person who figured it out, the person who kept going, kept pushing, kept moving, the person who checked on everybody else, the person who made sure everyone around me was okay. But somewhere along the way, I realized something. Who's checking on a person that's always checking on everybody else? Ask yourself that. Who's making sure the strong one is okay? Ask yourself that. I had become so used to surviving that I forgot what peace actually felt like. And that's when I realized letting go wasn't about becoming a different person. It was about becoming a healthier version of myself. The version of me that I'm becoming, I still have feelings. I still love deeply. I still care. And I'm still human. But I'm learning that my emotions don't have to control every decision I make. I'm learning that protecting my peace isn't selfish. It's necessary. You guys, we have to learn how to start protecting our peace. We have to. It's a must. You know, things will affect me and life life going to still show up. Life still going to happen. All right. So people will still disappoint me. Unexpected situations will still arise, but I'm learning that I have a choice. I don't have to allow every situation, every opinion, every disappointment, or every person's behavior to take over my energy. Got to protect your energy at all costs because my energy is valuable. My peace is valuable. And if I'm not careful, I'll spend so much time carrying what weighs me down that I'll have nothing left to carry me forward. That doesn't mean I stop caring. It doesn't mean I become cold or close hearted. It just simply means I'm learning about what I allow to live in my mind and my heart and in my spirit. Because everything demands my attention does not deserve my energy. And everything that enters my life isn't meant to stay. Sometimes letting go is the most loving thing you can do for yourself. Not because like not because you're giving up, but because you are making room for healing, growth, and the person you're becoming. And I must say, you have to set boundaries. Choosing your peace, you just gotta set boundaries. That's just one thing I've learned is that when you start setting boundaries, some people will look at you differently. Facts. They'll ask, "What's wrong with you?" Or they'll say, "You changed." And the truth is, they are right. I have changed. I've learned that protecting my peace is necessary. The people who are truly meant to be in your life will respect your boundaries. They'll understand that you are not changing because you don't care. You are not changing because you realize you have to take care of yourself too. Well, I mean, you are changing because you have realized that you are taking care of yourself too. The hardest boundary I've ever had to set was with myself. Learning to say, nope, I can't do that. Not because I didn't want to help, not because I stopped loving people, but because I realized I couldn't continue overwhelming myself trying to be everything for everybody. I had to l- learn that every yes to someone else shouldn't become a no to myself. And that was hard because when you're used to being the strong one, the helper, the one everybody depends on, saying I can't almost feel wrong. But I've learned that boundaries aren't walls to keep people out. They're healthy limits that protect the peace, the healing, and the purpose God is building within me and within y'all. Sometimes the most loving thing you can say is, I can't do that. Not out of rejection, but out of wisdom. Because you can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't keep sacrificing your own well being to meet everyone else's expectations. Letting go of what hold us back. As I continue to grow, I've had to ask myself some difficult questions. What am I holding on to? What's holding me back? Is it guilt, fear, resentment, an old version of myself, a relationship, a mindset, a habit? Ask yourself those questions, guys. What's really holding you back? Sometimes letting go means releasing the things, the people, the places, the situations, and even the thoughts that are no longer serving a greater purpose for your healing, your future, or the person you are becoming. Not because they never mattered, but because you're making room for what's next. For a long time, I was the person who had to be strong, the person who carried everything quietly, the person who survived. And I want to honor that version of myself because she got me here. Honor the version of yourselves that got you to where you are today, you guys. But I also have to give myself permission to grow beyond survival. I had to learn that the version of me who survived certain seasons of my life is not necessarily the same version of me who is going to build my future. Forgiveness and healing. And then there's forgiveness. I think forgiveness is one of the hardest parts of letting go because forgiveness is often misunderstood. Forgiveness doesn't mean you're saying what happened was okay. It's like you just forgiving it for yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean you are forgetting. You're not forgetting, but you must forgive. Forgiveness doesn't mean you have to allow someone back into a place they no longer deserve. Sometimes forgiveness simply means you are choosing not to let the pain continue to have power over your heart. Sometimes forgiveness is something you do for yourself. Just told you guys, forgiveness is for yourself. You release the weight, you release the anger, you release the things that have been keeping you stuck because you deserve peace. Healing doesn't erase your story, it changes your relationship with it. You'll always remember where you've been, but you don't have to live there forever. So today, I want to leave you with this question. What are you holding on to that's keeping you from becoming the person you're meant to be? Take a moment and really think about that. Be honest with yourself. Give yourself grace. Remember that healing is a journey, and letting go is not about losing yourself. It's about finding yourself again, finding your strength again, finding your purpose again. Because where you start is not where you're going to finish. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me today. This is Purpose Through Pain. I'm T. Until next time, keep healing, keep growing, keep choosing you, and I'll see you in the next episode. When you set a boundary, people can either understand it or get offended. See you guys.